May 1944. The Battle of Monte Cassino. The air is thick with smoke, and the deafening roar of artillery fire surrounds the Polish Second Corps. Amidst the chaos, a figure emerges from the smoke. He is carrying 100-pound crate of ammunition like it's a feather. But as the smoke clears, you realize this isn't a man. It's a 500-pound Syrian brown bear, and he is on the front lines. This is not a circus animal. He has a paybook, a serial number, and an official military rank. Meet Corporal Wojtek. But how does a wild predator become a decorated war hero? The story begins 2 years earlier, thousands of miles away. 1942. Iran. The Polish army has just been evacuated from the Soviet Union. They are starving, exhausted, and far from home. At a railroad station in Hamadan, they encounter a young boy with a sack. Inside is a trembling, malnourished bear cub. The mother had been shot by hunters. The soldiers, orphans of war themselves, felt an instant connection. They bought him for a few tins of meat. They named him Wojtek, meaning joyful warrior. But he was too small to chew, so they improvised. They fed him condensed milk from an empty vodka bottle. As he grew, he didn't learn to be a bear. He learned to be a Polish soldier. He developed some bad habits. Wojtek loved drinking beer and would even smoke cigarettes, swallowing them whole when he was finished. He wrestled the men for sport. He was gentle, never using his claws. If he won, he'd lick their face as an apology. But by 1944, the unit was ordered to Italy to join the Allied offensive. There was a major problem. British transport ships strictly for bad animals. The Poles refused to leave him behind. They found a loophole. They formally enlisted him. He was given a rank, a serial number, and a salary. Now a legal soldier, Corporal Wojtek boarded the ship. But his true test awaited him at the mountain fortress of Monte Cassino. The terrain was impossible. Trucks couldn't reach the forward artillery positions. Men were exhausting themselves, carrying crates up steep, rocky ridges. Wojtek watched his family struggle. Without a command, he stood up, walked to the supply truck, and extended his paws. He carried crates that took 4 men to lift. He walked through heavy mortar fire, calm and steady, keeping the guns firing. A British observer was stunned, sketching the scene on paper. That sketch became the official emblem of the 22nd Company. They won the battle, but the end of the war brought a bitter twist. Poland fell under Soviet control. The soldiers couldn't go home. The unit was disbanded in Scotland. Wojtek was sent to the Edinburgh Zoo. The hero of Monte Cassino was behind bars. Years later, Polish veterans would visit. They'd toss him cigarettes and speak to him in Polish. And every time, he would perk up and wave. He died in 1963. Wojtek was more than a mascot. He was a refugee, a soldier, and a brother to men who had lost everything else. Sometimes the most human stories in history aren't about humans at all.